Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mrs. Fenning. I am the Early College and Career Development Coordinator at Clinton County RESA. Today we are at St. John's High School with Mr. LaBar to share a little bit about his program, and I'm going to turn it over to him. Mr. LaBar.
Good morning. I'm Mr. LaBar, and I'm the teacher for the CCRESA-CAD Design Technology program. I'm standing outside my room in front of a display case right now, just show you a little bit about what we do, and then we're going to swing into the RESA Office of CAD and Design, and I have some of my students / employees in there working, so you can see what some of the projects they're doing, and we'll go into greater detail. This is just an example of some of the stuff that we do. You can choose between an engineering path or an architecture path. So we have some architecture projects over here, presentation drawings, and then they built models to go along with it. Some engineering projects over here, some 3D printed dragsters that we raced last year. They're going to be doing that again this year. So I put some of the cars on display. A couple of the students that are in there, these last two, you'll see their drawings. Just some other drawings. And then I like to show this sign up here. You know, architecture, engineering, interior drafting is part of architecture, if that's what you're interested in. But the last sentence there, the last phrase, design your future. There's a lot of career opportunities by taking the CAD and design program, and you're doing design when you're here, and you're also designing a path to a future career, and there's lots of opportunities there. Let's take a walk and come on inside the room, and we'll show you the lab and the equipment that we have. So this is the advanced CAD lab here at St. John's High School. In the morning, first and second hour. It's a 2-hour block. We always have it in the morning because I teach St. John's classes in the afternoon. What I have is some RESA students in here. I don't have everybody in here because this is past our normal class time, but you'll see them working on projects. You can see we have dual monitors, new computers. We have state-of-the-art software, and I'll get into that in a minute. If Mrs. Fenning will pan around over to the right, you can see the 3D printer. We do have a 3D printer that we use. That's what those cars and stuff were printed in. A large format printer for printing the big drawings out, all the color drawings and black and white drawings that you see. So we're very fortunate for a high school to have this technology available. The stuff is not cheap, but we're, let me start right over here, and I'll show you some students working on engineering. So on this side of the room, right now, these are some year 2 students. They're very advanced, working in a 3D program called SolidWorks. That's that one dragster truck that she did on the right that you saw out in the display case, the purple one. The other one is a truck that she's putting together right now. They're taking these plans that you see on the desk, measuring and looking at the drawings and redrawing it all in 3D. And then they're putting it together. And eventually we will print it, but they're going to put it all together, make renderings and so on. This young man's doing a Star Wars figure. He moves that off. I don't know if you can get to see some of it, but he's got some of it over there, some of the assembly as far as he is. There's another one of the dragsters from last year that we raced. Here's another young man, John here, working on a tank. Zoom out on that, John, so they can see. So he's built every little part in 3D, and now he's got it fully assembled. Tell him a little bit about what you like about the class, or maybe you have a different question for him, Mrs. Ben.
Sure.
So this class, I like it a lot. I think Mr. LaBar is a great instructor. I think he brings a lot of components of what you do in a real job into this class. Like, he was always trying to get you to come on time. He's always telling us about how every employer, 10 out of 10 employers would want their employees to show up on time. So I think he has a really good idea of what we should be doing for jobs and getting us ready for when we're in a job environment. And then like just working with SolidWorks programs, I could do it for like every day,
all day for a job.
Yeah,
is that
every day.
What is your plan after high school graduation?
So I plan on going to LCC for 2 years and then transferring to Western to get a degree in aerospace engineering. And I just think this class is great starter for what I want to do later on in life.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We have Allie, a young year 1 student over here. She's working on AutoCAD. So the first year we do a lot of stuff, and she's in an engineering program doing AutoCAD. And we're doing a packaging unit pattern development. So I had them, this last project they had to do, they had to bring in a cereal box, measure it out, redraw it, and then they're going to design their own serial for it. But it's just to teach the process of pattern development, how things are made out of a piece of thin material, whether it's cardboard or sheet metal or whatever. You can see some other engineering drawings I just have out on display from students in the past. Just some of the stuff that we do. We enter these projects in a competition called MITES. So we do some competition stuff, and that's at the end of the year in the spring every year. So we usually do really well. So there's a lot of different categories from the drafting field that you can enter in. Again, if I didn't mention it already, Design the Future. We'll come on over this way, and then we've got some architecture students over here. We're going to take a look at some of their projects. So in the back here, I've got my upper level architecture students doing 3D architecture using a software called Revit. So they learn 2D first, and I have some students up front that are doing the 2D stuff using AutoCAD, but this is their first Revit house that they're doing. So it's their first experience in 3D, and it's a learning curve, but they're doing really well with it. I also have her in an interior design. This is Callie. I also have Callie in an interior design class later in the day. And that project on the right is a different project that she's doing for that class. That's a day spa that I'm having them design. And those are interior elevations. And that's all drawn with regular 2D AutoCAD. So that's what these guys are working on. Sean is showing you one of the houses that he did last year with AutoCAD that was in display out in the display case. And then on the right screen is his 3D project drawn in Revit. Sean Kelly is a year 2 student, and he's probably more than happy to tell you a little bit about the architecture side of things.
Yeah, so Mr. LeBar starts you off really good with AutoCAD and gets you qualified enough where you could go get a job right out of his class. So it's a great learning experience. And then if you pursue it further, he teaches you how to do Revit and get the 3D elements so you can really get ready. Like after you take his class, you can just go get a job. You don't even have to go to college or anything, or you can pursue a degree and make more money that way too. So.
What do you plan to do after you graduate this year?
I'm most likely going to go to Penn State for architecture and see where that takes me.
Been accepted. So
Wow,
yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Mr. Mazzolini over here is working on actually some plan. I don't know if that's your house or your apartment that you're working on.
This one right here is my apartment.
So his parents own a business downtown, and the upstairs they want an apartment designed into it. So he's actually working on that. So whenever we can incorporate real life projects, we do that. It's a great experience. Up here we have Elaine doing 2D CAD. She's a year 1 architecture student, so she's working on a set of house plans. You pan over here and look at this. It's similar to this. It's the construction drawings for a residence. If she zooms out, she can show you her floor plan. She's working on the stair section right there, but all the different drawings that she's done, the floor plan, 2-story house, door types. She's done the basement plan. She's working on section, stair section next up. Exterior elevations, electrical, site plan. So drawing it on, then we'll put it all together. So it'll be, when she puts it on sheets, it'll look like the drawing that you just showed over here. That's how we start off. And there's another young man, Ethan, up there doing the same thing. He's looking at the house on the internet on the right and drawing it on the left, making his own changes, making it his own, but using that one as a map or as a guide. And then there's more examples of rendering type drawings up front here that I have on display. Swing over here, I'll just kind of summarize what you get out of this program. So again, I'm Mr. LeBar, we're located at St. John's. It's a 1 or 2 year program. You can choose to take it. Some people decide their senior year that they want to do this, and so they only have 1 year. Some people take it as a junior and then as a senior, so you get 2 years. It's up to you. You can have an engineering CAD path, 1 and 2, or an architecture path, 1 and 2.
We're back up.
All right, I was just finishing up here talking about the design, the different career opportunities. If you're interested in the career in animation, which a lot of people are with gaming and the movie industry, we don't teach the animation here, but the 3D background, that if you end up getting into level 2, whether you do engineering 2 or architecture 2, you're going to get 3D. And that's the foundation for animation. Some of the companies that make the software we use, like AutoCAD, SolidWorks and stuff, they're also the companies that make the animation software. It's based off of the same stuff. So we use AutoCAD, SolidWorks, these 2 for the engineering program, a little bit of SketchUp for the engineering program, but Revit, SketchUp, Photoshop for the architecture stuff. So these are 3D, these middle 3 right here. This is just a rendering. We use it for adding onto our rendering projects. Other cool stuff we do, we take industry field trips. We have guest speakers from industry come and speak, and colleges talk about what their career is all about. Design and build, which you've seen different projects that we designed and built last year. We did a team the students up in the RESA class, and we did a cardboard boat challenge, and they had to design it, draw it, come up with a cardboard boat, build it, and then we raced them in the pool. A couple of years before that, we did a cardboard chair challenge where they had to build chairs. We do the 3D printed dragsters, whatever we can do there. And I already talked about mites. We do that for both architecture and engineering. It's just a state competition where you can see how you stack up. It's just kind of neat to see all the different projects, and that's just some of the nice stuff that we do in here. It's just, if you enjoy learning by doing, hands-on project-based education, designing computers, this is a great place for you. Thanks for your time.
All right. Does anybody have any questions? We do have a couple people in the meeting. Does anybody have any questions? You can feel free to type those in the chat. As you're typing, if you have any questions, just a couple things. In order to apply for this program, you need to be a current sophomore or junior in a Clinton County high school, and you need to be in good behavioral and academic standing at your high school. And you want to see your high school counselor for the application. The application is due March 15th. Any questions? All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.